My name is KAYR. I grew up in Philadelphia in deep poverty, had 6 siblings in the same household, single parent house, went to public schools, worked my butt off, got a scholarship, worked on Wall Street, went from having a negative net worth to being worth several $1,000,000. I was able to grow my real estate business from 1 unit to 105 units, and I retired from my job in 2020. I'm a very frugal person, and I've always been this way. And I love routines, and I love to buy in bulk. When the tuna fish is on sale, I buy it in bulk. When the oatmeal's on sale, I buy a lot of them. My favorite snack, instead of real ice cream, I eat grapes, maybe like 8 or 10 of them at night. You'll save money, and it's healthy. My family think that I'm just cheap as hell. They say, you're just cheap, go buy some damn real ice cream. I am so used to taking the bus everywhere. I'll go down to Philadelphia, catch Mega Bus, I'll catch the Chinatown bus. I actually shop for the lowest price. Those little things start to add up for me, and it has been very good in terms of building my net worth. No one in my family was financially literate. What happened is I was motivated at 13 and 14 years old because I noticed that my mother struggled with money, and also our local church was always raising money for the building. So I said, I'm gonna immerse myself in books on finance and also on money management and real estate. So every weekend I would go to the bookstore and just read a lot of books. And then when I went to college, every summer I had an internship on Wall Street, which educated me. Wealth management, sales and trading, investment banking. And then I went to go work for an investment bank and then got a real estate license so I could even have more knowledge. I remember like 13 and 14, we lived on 40th and Lancaster, and I will walk from there and go to the bookstore, and I made that into my own rec center where I would read various books just for hours, and then I would say, I'm gonna master this material. No one's gonna know more than me. I've read this book, I've read this book, I read this book. I would come here when I was like in 8th grade, middle school, and high school, when some of my friends would be playing sports on the weekend when I wasn't at work. You read the book for free, sit down, put it back. So when I come back, I always reminisce about all those good memories, about this is where it all started. We moved around so much, probably like 10 times. I was like, man, it looks like the landlord has all this power. He gets to decide who lives and who stays in his property. I said, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna become that homeless person or that teenage dad? Or am I gonna become the landlord or the business owner? And I decided to become the landlord, the business owner from a very young age. I knew that that's what I wanted to become. I decided to buy in Cobbs Creek because, one, I knew the neighborhood, so I did all this analysis, and then I had a multifamily approach, but I couldn't afford a multifamily at the time. So I said I want to buy these single-family rental homes with 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, close to each other, so I can leverage my resources. So my team, they will spend less money on gas. The contractors would be able to use the same tools to work on various houses, and I don't have to do all analysis over again. So I own I have 3 properties within a 2-block radius. Then I bought 7 blocks that way. You have 2 properties right next to each other. Then I have 1 property on Walton Avenue. So all these properties are very close so that I can also present the same amenities in this neighborhood. Because I started with 1 unit, I was able to really master the whole process. I was pretty much the GC, and I also was the property manager, and so I got to see all facets and put my family members involved in this situation as well, where they learn about real estate. So now I have a property management business where my stepmom and my brother are involved, where we do the landscaping, we vet the tenants. If you interview with us that you want to live in our properties, we also have to go to your property, have an interview with you before you move into our units. Growing up, I noticed that there was a disparity in terms of like wealth between my family members and when I went off the boat in college. A lot of the kids, white kids primarily, were really well off. And I would go home and we didn't have a lot of resources. So I started to say, how can I create transformational wealth? And what I mean by that is I wanted to create wealth within my community today. So I convinced my brother to get a real estate license. He went out and got that. He got a 3% commission off a $1 million deal. He was able to buy his first house. Then he was able to help his in-laws, a black family, be able to buy a duplex. So now we have transformational wealth taking place today, not necessarily 50 years now, but we're also gonna have generational wealth. But for me, that inspired my nieces and my nephews, my loved ones and my friends and my community, that if this small family can do it, you can do it. Do the honors. So this one is, it just got renovated.
Yeah, one of the guys just finished this up.
Oh, it looks good. Looked like they did a good job.
It was real rough. I mean, it was days that, you know, your stomach was hurting because you barely ate. And now, you know, my children, I have 5 children now, and they get to enjoy the world. They travel, they've been to different countries, and we have the financial freedom that we always dreamed of.
My other brother helps with the landscaping. My aunt, she cleans the apartments. It's just exciting because some people say don't work with your family. I beg to differ because you always give strangers multiple chances to be successful. I think you should take a chance and a risk on your own loved ones. Right now, I'm so excited because I'm at a point in my life where I have financial independence. Christian, we want to get the... I retired from my 9-to-5 on August 31st, 2020. And now I work, but I do not work nearly as hard as I used to in terms of physical labor, running to the job, reporting to someone. I was able to amass a lot of real estate and also invest several $100,000 into stocks. And I use this so that I can always have that big cash reserve and multiple streams of income to live the life that I want and also have a larger impact on society.